I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about, did I take things too slow? Well, one of the things that we often do in relationships is mess up on the speed, okay? In getting to know somebody, especially in the beginning stages of a relationship where you don't know the person. And it could be really difficult to judge how quick or slow we should take things. And that includes, texting them, setting up dates, going on dates, intimacy, talking to the person about how you feel, telling people what you're looking for. All of those things are very delicate because it can be really overwhelming to somebody else. And depending upon how they do intimacy or attachment, it's really going to affect a lot of different things. Sometimes you have religious beliefs in there, or just personal values on how quickly you should be intimate with somebody. Everybody's different, and we all have our own experiences. So it's good to be delicate in this area. And, I've talked about rushing things in numerous other videos and taking things too quickly. And today I'm going to talk about taking things too slow, because that's a problem too. So yeah, I know it's difficult. Too fast, too slow. What do you do? It's tough to dictate because each situation is a little bit different. And I've got a good email today that is going to talk about somebody who deliberately tried to take things too slow because he thought that that's not an issue. This is never a problem. Unfortunately, it can be a problem, and let's get into this email. You'll see how things played out for him. So this is from a guy in his mid-30s who's dating a woman around the same age, and he says, "Hi, my name is Lenny, and I will get to the point. I met Vanessa online, we went on a date, and we absolutely clicked. We dated for 4 months. 12 amazing dates. Her words, every time. But we were never exclusive, and I'm to blame. I took things really slow with her, and I mean slow. A dating coach once told me you can never go too slow with a woman, but rushing things will lead to rejection." Okay, well, yes, rushing things can lead to rejection, especially if your interest level is through the roof and they're just getting to know you, right? If you start projecting all of your fantasies about how things are going onto somebody that you really don't know, it's going to scare them away because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't have the chemistry when one person is like, ah, and the other person is like, whoa. In other words, if you start coming out with a list of your demands and expectations on date 1, the other person's going to be like, no date 2, no thank you. I've talked about one girl who told me she loved me 4 times on our second date. Okay, this isn't the girl that I had known that we were friends for a while and she was like, oh, I have been in love with you for years. No, second date, 4 times. That's a lot of attachment issues coming out right there. And you can imagine I wasn't really interested in the third date. Even though she was really pretty and she had a lot to offer, she was really sweet and funny, I knew through talking to her and hearing about her relationship with her ex-boyfriend and hearing that, I was just like, okay, this is not going to work for me. I know what's coming, okay? So, let me get to what happened here with this guy, because it's so important that you understand that, each situation is going to be a little bit different. Every new relationship is a little bit different than each other, because sometimes we're like, about somebody, and then after, 3 or 4 more dates, we're like, you know what? They really are a good person. Or we start to see the qualities in them. And sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, this person is amazing. In which case, you don't even really know them, and you're really projecting fantasies. Okay? He said, I obviously never told Vanessa I want to take things slow. Instead, I would go on a date every 7 to 10 days. I would play hard to get. We would make out, but never anything more. I would stop things from escalating because I didn't want to rush things. Okay, so he's acting unnatural. That's the key. He's acting unnatural here. Why? Well, you can hear it. The underlying belief is, I'm afraid I'm going to mess this up. And what do I teach you guys, right? What we fear, we cause to happen. It causes us to act unnatural. And that's why you always want to focus on what you want to happen. And I talk about that in my video, Focus on What You Want. That's a really good video. So instead of focusing on how he wanted things to go, he focused on what he didn't want to happen, and then he caused it to happen, right? So he says, the opportunity for sex was there, but I would cut it short. Don't get me wrong, I'm attracted to her and wanted her as my girlfriend, but I was afraid of rushing things because I didn't want to ruin it. Yep, that's exactly what I just saw. Now, if you had been intimate with her, you know what would have happened? You both would have had oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline released, and you would have started to feel even better around each other. It's normal and it's natural to be intimate with somebody that you like, and that is really important in a relationship. And so if you're in a relationship and you're not being intimate with each other, you're no longer having those chemicals released, and the bonding kind of loosens its grip, and you start to be less and less attached to each other in a lot of ways. So intimacy is a big part of relationships, and that's really important to understand. And so by you not being intimate with her, it kind of closed the window, right? Sometimes there's like a window of opportunity when we're dating somebody. You had it and you didn't go through it, and now it's closed on you. She brought it up once that I hurt her because I didn't call her for 9 days. Now hang on a minute. That's a contradiction to what you said earlier. You said you were setting up dates every 7 to 10 days. Now you're telling me you didn't call her for 9 days? Who's not going to think that you've given up? Unless you're saying, I'm on vacation, I'll be out of the country, or something like that. Of course somebody doesn't hear from you for 9 days and they're going to think, oh, then they're not interested. I mean, unless you had given her a reason, which it doesn't sound like, because everything is adding up to, I was afraid of going too fast, so I went too slow, I was afraid to ruin it, and of course it ruined it. She told you she was hurt by that, and who wouldn't be? If I liked a girl and things were going great, and after 9 days she's not getting to me or getting back with me, I'm going to be like, kind of get over it. Inside, I felt horrible, but continued to take it slow and called her every 5 to 7 days instead. So you didn't really learn your lesson, because she told you, and instead he went and you cut it down to 5 to 7 days to calling her, not even setting up a date. I mean, why not every 3 days or something like that, and getting a date set up right away? I mean, 5 to 7 is just too long, especially when she just warned you that 9 was too much and you've heard her. 2 days ago, she told me she wanted to have a talk in person. You know, this is not going to go well. I met up with her and she told me she met someone else and they got more intimate than we ever have, and she wants to see where things are going with him. That would hurt. That would really hurt, especially because he liked this girl a lot and he thought he was doing the right thing here. I was hurt. I kept my composure, but I had to get out of there. I told her I got to go and hope everything works out for her. Inside, I was deeply torn. The very next day, I sent her a text, and he shares the text messages, so I'll read them. We'll call him Lenny and her Vanessa. So Lenny says, "Hey, I don't want to leave things on bad terms because you're a great person and I had a blast on our dates together. There are some things I should have changed now that I look back and I probably hurt you. I hope you all the best. He's a lucky guy. Give me a call if it doesn't work out." She said, "My heart is heavy today. It's hard to let go. I had a wonderful time with you too, Lenny. I felt our connection was strong. Maybe we weren't ready for each other yet. No hard feelings. I hope you consider me a friend, and I hope I can do your hair one day. Have an amazing vacation." And he mentioned that she's a hairstylist and that he was going on vacation. Lenny says, "I understand your decision and why you made it. I know my mistakes and I want to work it out. I didn't date you just to be your friend. I adore you. I appreciate you. I want to date you. Not be buddy-buddies. I'm not just into that. I hope you understand. It takes two to make it work, and I'm going to leave the door open. But as long as I'm concerned, I'm moving on with my life. I adore you. Give me a call if you change your mind. Good luck, Vanessa." She says, "I understand. Thank you." And then he says, well, I'll just read it. It's in Spanish. "Hasta luego, guapsimo." Guapsimo. That, you can see my Spanish is very good. I did not do well in Spanish class. Let's just put that out there, okay? Senora Strong did not like me in her class, okay? Hasta luego, guapasimo. I'm just going to leave this in here for the Spanish people in there to laugh at me in the comments. So he says that it means "see you later, handsome." I had to read that part because, obviously there's a little bit to this that's going to happen. Otherwise, I would have just not butchered that whole language. I apologize to the Spanish people out there. Okay? Okay. Okay, so later at midnight that same day, she texted him again and said, "That last sentence I wrote in Spanish is not sitting well with me. It may have come off the wrong way. What I meant to say was all the best. I will miss your beautiful face. But also, I know your heart is in the right place. I never questioned your sincerity. Okay, I'll stop texting now. Good night." He says, "I did not respond to that last message because I wanted to start no contact and cause separation anxiety." Okay. A different place than a lot of other situations. This is not like a breakup scenario. So people keep that in mind. This is a new relationship scenario where they only dated, they went on 12 dates, okay? And while she might come to regret this decision, it's not going to happen until she ends things with this new guy who she just met too, okay? So please do not read too deep into this. I know that can happen for you guys. This is not a breakup situation. This is a brand new dating relationship situation where they had only been on 12 dates and they were never even intimate with each other. Okay? He said, "I really liked her and wanted her as my girlfriend. I just want a second chance. I know how to do things right if she gives me a second chance. Thank you. What do I do now to increase my chances of getting her back? Should I respond to her last message or leave it?" Okay, so he's obviously, kind of overanalyzing every little detail, including whether or not he should respond to that last text message or not, when the real issue is that they went on some dates, she really liked him, but he didn't move the relationship fast enough for her, and she found somebody else. So she's going to pursue that, and she's really interested in this new other guy. And she is just starting to get to know this guy too. So there's no, reason to believe that that's going to last. Just leave her alone and go on dating and learning. And it seems like you need some more experience with dating people, right? And you seem very rigid in how you're handling things here. But you made it clear how you felt about her, and she knows that the door is open, and go out, have fun, let her do whatever this is that's going to be, and if she's interested in you again, she'll call you. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if she did call you, because she did seem to really enjoy her time with you. She just thought that it wasn't going anywhere. So, if you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, AskCraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype coaching, and if you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching. Margaret is also now available for Skype coaching. When you go to my website, just click on Margaret and you can get a coaching with her too. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.